of Criminal Procedure, amended date 2020, January 15. Chapter 1, Application of the Code. Article 1, Paragraph 1. Criminal proceedings may not be initiated and punishment may not be imposed other than in conformity with the procedure specified in this code or in other laws. Paragraph 2. Crimes committed by military personnel in active services, except those military offenses subject to court-martial, shall be prosecuted and punished in accordance with this code. Paragraph 3. Where the criminal proceedings of a case were conducted pursuant to special laws owing to limitation of time or region, and no final judgment has yet been rendered thereon, upon elimination of said limitation, the case shall be prosecuted and punished in accordance with this code. Article 2, Paragraph 1. A public official who conducts proceedings in a criminal case shall give equal attention to circumstances both favorable and unfavorable to an accused. Paragraph 2. An accused may request the public official specified in the preceding paragraph to take necessary measures favorable to the accused. Article 3, Paragraph 1. The term party, as used in this code, refers to a public prosecutor, a private prosecutor, and an accused. Article 3-1. Paragraph 1. The term confiscation, as used in this code, includes its alternative measures. Chapter 2. Jurisdiction of Courts. Article 4. Paragraph 1. The district court has jurisdiction over the first instance of a criminal case, provided that the High Court has the jurisdiction over the first instance of the following cases. 1. An offense against the internal security of the state. 2. An offense against the external security of the state. 3. An offense of interference with the relations with other states. Article 5, Paragraph 1. A court of the place where an offense is committed or where an accused is domiciled, resides, or is located shall have jurisdiction over the case. Paragraph 2. If an offense is committed on a vessel or an aircraft of the Republic of China outside the territory of the Republic of China, the court of the place where the vessel is registered or from which the aircraft departed or landed after the commission of the offense shall also have the jurisdiction. Article 6, Paragraph 1. If related cases are subject to jurisdiction of several courts of the same level, one of such courts may combine them and take jurisdiction over the cases. Paragraph 2. The cases specified in the preceding paragraph, which are pending in several courts, may, by mutual consent of such courts, be transferred by a ruling to one of such courts to be tried together. If there are disagreements, a ruling by the court immediate superior to all such courts shall determine jurisdiction. Paragraph 2. Related cases that are subject to the jurisdiction of several courts of different levels may be combined and jurisdiction taken by the highest of such court. Related case pending in lower courts may, by a ruling of the higher court, be transferred to it to be tried together, provided that the cases specified in Item 3 of Article 7 are not subject to the provisions of this paragraph. Article 7, Paragraph 1. If one of the following circumstances exists, the cases are considered related. 1. One person commits several offenses. 2. Several persons jointly commit one or several offenses. 3. Several persons separately commit offenses at the same place and time. 4. The commission of concealment of offenders, destruction of evidence, perjury, or receipt of stolen property is related to the instant offense. Article 8, Paragraph 1. If the same case is pending in several courts which have jurisdiction, the court in which the case was first pending shall try it, provided that by a ruling of a court immediately superior to all such courts, the case may be tried by a court in which it was pending later in time. Article 9, Paragraph 1. The immediately superior court shall, by a ruling, determine the court to take jurisdiction in one of the following circumstances. 1. Several courts dispute jurisdiction. 2. A court which has jurisdiction is determined by a final judgment, lack of jurisdiction, and there is no other court which can exercise jurisdiction over the case. 3. Uncertain judicial district boundaries make it impossible to determine which court has jurisdiction. Paragraph 2. If jurisdiction cannot be determined by applying the provisions of the preceding paragraph or Article 5, the Supreme Court shall by a ruling determine the court to take jurisdiction. Article 10, Paragraph 1. In one of the following circumstances, the immediate superior court shall by a ruling order the transfer of the case to another court within its jurisdiction, within its judicial district and of the same level as the original court. 1. The court which has jurisdiction is unable to exercise its judicial power because of law of fact. 2. Due to special circumstances, it is considered that a trial by a court that has jurisdiction will probably lead to the disturbance of public peace or unfairness. Paragraph 2. Where the immediate superior court is unable to exercise its judicial power, the aforesaid ruling shall be made by the immediate higher court. Article 11, Paragraph 1. A motion by a party to determine or transfer jurisdiction shall be in writing. Set forth the reason therefore and be filed with a proper court. Article 12, Paragraph 1. Proceedings shall not be void because of a court's lack of jurisdiction. Article 13, Paragraph 1. A court may exercise its function outside its judicial district if it is necessary to discover facts or in time of emergency. Article 14, Paragraph 1. A court shall in time of emergency take necessary measures within its judicial district, notwithstanding that it has no jurisdiction. Article 15, Paragraph 1. The cases specified in Article 6 may be jointly investigated or prosecuted by one public prosecutor. In case where one of the public prosecutors who was originally allocated the case concerned disagrees with the decision, the disagreement shall be settled by an order made by the chief prosecutor of their mutually immediately superior public prosecutor's office or by the prosecutor general. Article 16. Paragraph 1. The provisions of Article 13 and 14 shall apply mutatis mutandis to a public prosecutor in an investigation.